Hello everybody, Fuko here. Today I want to take the time to show you guys what's the best traits for your main farming dinosaurs or animals. I am not showing you all the farming dinosaurs in the game. There's like stuff like beaver, which I never use because I don't like beavers that much, or Doedicurus, which is an underwater mount, and yeah, I just do the main land dinos that most people use for farming, and tell you what's the best traits for them. We are starting with the mammoth. Everybody likes mammoth. They get a weight reduction on wood. You can farm wood thatch and berries with them. This is my personal main farming mammoth, and I gave it plant bearing, 3 times plant bearing and 2 times high endurance. The plant bearing give it an extra 45% because I didn't find level 3 plant bearings. 45% more on wood weight reduction, which makes every stack of wood only 7 weight, which gives me the possibility to max out 300 stacks on this mammoth with wood when farming. Also, I gave it 2 times level 3 sprinter or high endurance, which gives it decreased stamina drain from sprinting. Mammoths are notorious for using a lot of stamina, and high endurance is good to like negate some of that sprinting stamina usage, so you have a little bit more time. The next one, Phlaeosuchus. He does one thing and one thing only, and that is farming flint. My Phlaeosuchus has no traits because I didn't bother to find any, because I don't need flint that bad on my world. So this standard one is good enough. But if you want to maximize your yield for flint, put some mineral harvesting on the thing. We have 3 times mineral harvesting reduces the flint from 5 to like 0.5 or something like that. So you don't have to waste points in leveling weight. I had to put a lot of points into weight to like not be overweight all the time. So that could be helpful for you. Next is the Stegosaurus, one of the only animals in the game that has a weight reduction on berries, which makes it extremely good to farm berries with. And mine has plant bearing to get like the extra weight reduction for the berries and plant matter. 1.6 weight for 1 stack of berries I have right now. So yeah, get plant bearing for your Stegosaurus. It's very helpful to further reduce that weight, and you don't have to like level more weight points and just go straight into melee, everything into melee. Therizinosaurus, extremely helpful for a lot of resources, no matter what you want to farm. They can get wood thatch, berries, meat, hide, fiber, what the fuck. It doesn't matter. This one specifically, I leveled for the maximization of fiber and hide harvesting, especially hide. What you want to do when you have a Therizino is level everything in delicate harvesting and only use your C attack, your little chomp with the mouth. That harvests the most hide you can imagine. And this one doesn't have any traits on it, but if you want to maximize it on like wood farming, put plant bearing on it. If you want to maximize it on hide farming, put carcass bearing on it. If you want to farm mainly meat with it, put meat bearing on it. This one, my little froggy, is a little special, because most of these will have, you want to put bearing traits on it, but this one is actually right at the front. It's like the soldier. I have put num3, I just show you the big screen. I've put num3 on it, which reduces its incoming damage by 50%, but it gets it as a DOT for 5 seconds. It takes reduced damage. Its outgoing damage is increased when it reaches 50%. It heals for 7.5% of the damage he deals. And he also has meat bearing in it, just so he doesn't get overweight that fast. The reason why it does have these aggressive traits on it is because I am using this frog for the island swamp cave. You can farm thousands and thousands of cementing paste with one run through the swamp cave. And don't be too afraid of the Arthropleura and the spiders inside. A good frog with a good melee, like this, my single player save is a little bit boosted, so 830 is a little bit high, but you can get to 500 melee, no worries. That would be and like 3 to 4,000 HP is no problem on a frog, I would assume. So go in there and get thousands and thousands of cementing paste. And I already showed you the frog run in another video. The frog heals for like 100 HP for every single Meganoira it kills in the swamp cave. So you will never die as long as you have dragonflies to kill. Next one is the Ankylosaurus, one of the most important dinos in the game for farming. You have the normal Ankylosaurus, which of course needs mineral harvesting to further reduce metal in its inventory. Carefree I put on it. Why did I put Carefree on it? I don't know. Maybe I just... Oh yeah, I put Carefree on it because it gets movement speed when I get on it for the first time. Like now I have a movement speed buff for like 20 seconds because Ankylosaurus are like kind of slow. It can be a little helpful, but it's not like must. Just get yourself mineral bearing on your normal metal farming Ankylo, and that's the most important thing you have. Then you have the aberrant Ankylosaurus. I put all the cave bearing traits on this one with a little bit of mineral bearing. Get 3 cave bearings and 2 mineral bearings, and these Ankylos will be amazing to farm red gems in the red zone on aberration. They don't take radiation damage because they are aberrant. Don't go in there with a normal Ankylosaurus. Always use the aberrant ones and get tons and tons of weight reduction on red gems and blue gems and green gems. The best would be to take a Carcinus in there because it can jump very high and get out of danger really quick. The next one is my Pelagornis. I call it Scrooge. I put carcass bearing on it because it is the only creature, as far as I know, in the game that has a weight reduction on organic polymer. And carcass bearing reduces the organic polymer weight further. So usually it has 80% weight reduction, so instead of 5 per stack, it only has one weight. And due to my carcass bearings on it, it further reduces the weight by like 50%, so it's 0.5 per stack, which is very helpful because the weight pool of Pelagornis is atrocious. You get on it and it is already like 50-70% full on weight, so you need those carcass bearings if you want to slaughter lots of penguins. Very, very helpful. I love my Pelagornis. It got me through a lot of crafting issues with polymer. The next one is Doedicurus. You have 2 options with Doedicurus. You either put a lot of mineral bearing on it to further reduce the weight of stone inside the Doedicurus inventory, or you put desert bearing on the Doedicurus, which reduces sand if you need a lot of sand because you build a lot of adobe. So either mineral bearing or sand bearing, maybe desert bearing, maybe mix it up a little bit so you get the best of both worlds. Argentavis, the best flyer in the game when it comes to farming, in my opinion. Okay, so Argentavis has a lot of natural weight reduction on it in its kit, right? It reduces the weight of metal, of molten metal, of black pearls, of crystal in its inventory by 50%. I mostly use it for crystal, because neither the Doedicurus, which I use to farm lanterns in the old city on Extinction, neither the Ankylosaurus, which is really good at farming crystal but doesn't have rate reduction in its kit. So I just transfer all the crystal I have in these guys' inventory to the Argentavis, which already reduces the weight of each stack of crystal from 100 to 50. And then I put a lot of mineral bearing extra on the Argentavis. On this one, I actually found 2 level 3 and 1 level 2 mineral bearing, which amounts to over 80%. Oh yeah, also high endurance, so I can fly longer without running out of stamina. And with all the natural weight reduction and the mineral bearing in the Argentavis kit, I actually came out to 8.7 weight per stack of crystal, which is amazing. You can also use it for like OSD defense, for like OSD stuff and things like this. You can put exotic bearing on it to reduce black pearl weight if you want to, but I would only use Argentavis for mineral bearing, to be honest, because it's really, really good at crystal bearing. Just, you can clear the entire volcano and island with an Ankylosaurus, put all the crystal in the Argentavis inventory and just max out on crystal. You will never have to farm again. Next one is the Mantis. Extremely good at farming on Extinction. Element veins, you wanted to use it for element veins. Give it a good pick and farm the element veins. And if I were you, because element doesn't weight that much, it's only one, I think it's 1 per element stack, like 1 weight. What is extremely heavy is the element dust, and the element shards are also quite heavy. So I would put waste bearing on the Mantis, which reduces the weight of dust and shards. So you don't have to go to your weight mount every like 2 nodes and unload your Mantis every time, which can be a little bit annoying. It's not a must, but it's definitely a quality of life thing that I would put on my Mantis if you have nothing else to do but hunting for traits on a Mantis. So the Gasbags, my favorite beast of burden in the entire game so far. They have a giant health, a giant weight pool, especially when you like imprint on a high level one. Like you can reach 10,000 weight, no problem. And I mostly use mine for stuff like OSD defenses. And you will face some problems when you do OSD defenses, especially the purple ones, that you will overload on weight very, very quickly. So you have to put down like walls and stuff that you slowly empty. To reduce that point of annoyance, I would put a lot of exotic bearings on the gas bag. Because the OSD defenses drop a lot of black pearls. And black pearls, 1 stack of black pearls is 400 weight. Put some exotic bearing on the gas bag and you will have a lot of weight reduction for the black pearls. I think up to like 90%. Like 90% from 400 weight is tons. Like you will never face problems with being overloaded again. For the rest, I would just put on the gas bag whatever you need most. If you farm like if you want to farm like extinction resources, I would put waste management, like waste bearing on it. If you want to use it for farming metal, put resource like mineral bearing on it, whatever you want. But in my opinion, if you use it mainly for the OSD defenses, put exotic bearing on the gas bag to reduce the weight of those damn black pearls that you don't want to throw away. And that was all the farmers that I wanted to present to you. I hope this video was helpful to you. I am Fuko. See you next time. Goodbye.